What's up, y'all? So I wanted to get on and talk about something real quick because they saying she ain't asked me, and then somebody said she is asking me because I did. The last time I was over here, I recorded about. They was talking about she just shouted that shit. The birds being slutty. I did record that the last time I was over here. They was like, oh. Cause the creature was in a tree, and he said, "Oh yeah, we prostitute them." He talking about them birds. Can you imagine being inside of an animal? Like, they talk about having abilities, right? And then you can have the abilities to communicate and talk to animals. I was told back when I was a little girl that I would, be where I could speak to the animals, but it wasn't supposed to be all bad. But someone is taking over trying to have or make it all bad, and it's not all bad. And again, with the creatures being vibrational, they feel and communicate through vibration, and so that's how they talk to each other. But some of them get caught up in memory, and they will sit in memory, but that is the vibration of how they are created. That is the thing, the very thing of which they do. So think about how you are when you become susceptible to a trauma, and then you have this trauma replaying over and over on you or in you or through you like a broken record, right? So then magnify that, because again, they are very sensitive beings, and then play it on a loop. Plus, within the fact that the way that they are created, they sit inside of different odd thoughts and just sit with them for a long, long time. Like, sometimes they thought just one thought for them is like a whole lifetime for us. So this is why some things I spoke on a previous video, I said some things are so frail, so fragile. You cannot tamper with them and violate them and misuse and abuse them or try to weaponize them and think that you're not going to have any consequences for it. So again, where you could communicate with these animals, or again, like say if they passing through you or passing through them, so that y'all can become better knowing of each other. Um, it can be done in a very respectful way, but it is different individuals that are seeking to violate the practice of that. There's different individuals that have been violating the practice of that for years. And again, they keep. I think I talked about the ether and the stuff, the negative stuff that was coming up out the ether. But this is the thing: negative stuff can come from everywhere. If you make everywhere negative, they could come out the ground, it could come out the sky, you could come out of other realms, and somewhere is something is hurting very bad. And I think that is their like plea for help. But some of it is not coming off across as a plea for help. It's coming across like a call to torment or torture, or a call to like play with folks mentally, but in a way that is like about a fight. And it, truth be told, it's been there since I was little. Really before I was ever even thought of, it's been there. One thing that is familiar to it is something called the laughing disease. I spoke about it on a previous post. This is why I get irritated when my posts don't get posted. Um, but it's not really like, it is infectious like a disease, and it can be. It is very high vibrational, but these is things that people are trying to weaponize, but it can become you, and it'll be on you and stuck on you, and you won't be able to get rid of it. And then you will enjoy it, and you won't have a choice. And no matter how much you want to fight against it, like some things in existence is stronger than you. That's like, again, I'm not gonna put the strength of 100-pound man, 50 pound. You could be 50 pounds versus a baby. Automatically, you know who gonna win. But not only that, some of these stuff got the strength of a giant. Like some of these stuff got the strength of a whole landmass. So again, it's certain things you don't toy with, certain things you don't play with. On the previous video, I was talking about how the past wars that have been fought, there is something within us that is vibrational. That is something about us that is vibrational outside of just the skin, the bones. You get what I'm saying? It is all vibrational too, but this is the simpleness of what we are. This is the body gives respect to the vibrational. It teaches you limitations. It teaches you to have respect for those things, because again, you can't just do whatever you want to do and think that you're not gonna hurt yourself. You get what I'm saying? Or hurt someone else. So it gives you respect for these things, because without these things, how do you know how far you have gone if you don't see the effects, if you don't feel the effects, if you don't hear the effects? So again, when you talk about like past wars that have been fought, they talk about how just the blood that used to seep within the ground, these vibrations just off of one blood drop can feel the vibration in your pain, in your suffering, your agony, your sorrows. But it's the same way as to where when you put something down on or you lay down on the ground and you giving yourself back to the earth, it can feel your happiness, it can feel your joy. But then what is it that you fuel into the world? And they go back into when I used to say on on the app, be careful what you put into the world, because you get it back tenfold. Some stuff you get back more than just tenfold, because it thinks that this is what you want, but then it's asking you, but then at the same time it's scared. Then it's trying to cling on to you because it's scared, or trying to like cope. It's hard for some things to cope after it felt like some things are so pure, and some people just want to violate that purity because they are programmed and trained and violated to feel like it's okay, or to feel like that's the goal or that's the mission, to violate the most purest things. And they are coming out right now, and they trying to play with folks and play in people's face and mess with people and communicate with these things and find a way to form the laws to their liking. And so y'all have to be careful. Again, that's why they telling y'all, be careful. I mean, disabled people look many different ways. That's like I've been talking about how sometimes I just black out and I can't move, or if I can't speak. But if a creature that is bigger than an elephant could be susceptible to something that can just knock it out like that, what do you think that someone that is smaller than an elephant gonna do? You're not gonna be able to do anything. But pass out just like the dang old elephant do. And so it's just like, bro, it's some things I don't want to toy with. It's some things that need therapy. They need therapy bad, whether you think they do or not. These people need to be made to sit down. These people need to be made to get this therapy. These people need to be made to separate inwardly, outwardly, around itself, themselves. They need to completely just be one in a room by themselves, just feeling the trueness of quiet, calm. You get what I'm saying? And so, because some of them ain't never felt that before. Again, I'm not going to expect somebody that has the mentality of a war zone, because you was raised around a war mentality or raised up within a war zone, to have the mentality of somebody that was in a suburban lifestyle, ain't never went through nothing, ain't never heard about nobody go through nothing. Y'all vibrations, y'all thought processing, all that stuff is going to be totally different. You get what I'm saying? So again, sometimes when you don't see me out and having fun and amped up, it's not that I don't love y'all, don't care about certain people, don't want to go out and have fun. I get the fact that some people are made to continuously have fun while they're going through stuff. Sometimes that can make it worse. I get the fact that, some people had no choice but to do it that way because they wanted people to see the fact, the dualities of it. But again, how much are you going to super twist this stuff until it is literally just twisted up? You get what I'm saying? But to show them that, it's either this or this, it's either which one do you want? You want the good or you want the bad? You want the, and for you to say, oh, it don't have to be both. It can be all of these things mixed up. No, I don't want to get violated one day and then we having fun the next just because you are addicted. You were forced to be. It's like someone forced to be addicted to a drug. After you come up off the addiction, especially if the first things that you ever heard, learned, felt was the opposite of what they truly were meant to be, there's like, again, you were taught that abuse was happiness. Abuse was the goal. Abuse was normal. And then you were forced to be addicted to it. And to think that it was funny or to think that it was okay. That is how deep it is for some of these people that are coming. They're coming from other places. There are different doorways and gateways that are opening up. The vibrations is shifting, and then people keep talking about they testing. Some of them are saying they not testing. Some of them are saying they been fighting for a long. And this was an old notation that was left behind years ago. It said some of them are fighting to keep stuff closed while y'all are out having fun partying. While y'all living that life of, oh, okay, well, everything good, everything fine. Somebody got to man the gate and make sure that all this stuff don't bust through. While sitting there with someone in your face saying, haha, I know you trying to keep it out, I'm gonna open it up. I know you trying to keep it out, I'm gonna open it up. And so it's just like, bro. And some of them are like ditzy in different way, in their own different little intricate ways, and they made to be. That's like, again, like if you talk about like mental tactic of like war, if you set different people up to be their own destruction, so like they are an entrapment on themselves even when they don't notice it. That is a hard thing to rework, especially for an individual that think they know it all or think that their way is the only way or that they doing it the best way. You get what I'm saying? Like they addicted to that. They can't let it go. Even after you have shown them repeatedly the true correct way to do it. It's they programming. And then I told y'all, a lot of things that were blood, bone, metal, bone. Then you got technology. You got vibrational. And you got herbal, which is medication, right? But now there are certain vibrations that can amplify different stuff too. So again, how are we all connected and how do we all affect each other? But then how do these things affect us when they not doing exactly what they supposed to be doing? And then how, or if they use for different things. And that is what this is all about right now. That is something that was told to me that will be my journey since I was a little child. I don't feel as though I've been given respect in that notion, even with my learning journey. And people think that I'm supposed to bow down to them and kiss they behind or wait for them to get it right. But at the end of the day, I'm suffering for what you not doing correctly. At the end of the day, they keep acting like you done lost the fight already. Because at the end of the day, it's too many good people in population that would not mind helping. But you keep blocking them off or you keep lying on them or trying to make them look bad. We get the fact that you could be susceptible or confused or hypnotized or just plain on knocked out or plain on physically made to look as though you're doing like stuff that you didn't. But at the same time, we also get the fact that there are individuals that want to weaponize that as well too. So but yeah, the beginning of the video started off by she was talking about, because I settled and I made that video, the bird, when I pulled up, the bird was tweeting real loud. And then he's turned around, he said, oh yeah, we prostitute them too. It's a universal thing. He said it was the bird. It could have been a bird. Think about it, like you teaching a bird to be a damn pimp. But at the same time, they talk about this to other creatures. And there's certain places that they don't care. They like options. And yeah, some of their things is higher than you. Because people could have started off and liked it that way. Oh, I don't mind them being higher than you. They feel that way. My creatures is higher than you. Like, my creatures is better than you. So think about that. Like, you got all these different little things, and all y'all talking about doing is throwing ass, and all y'all talking about doing is fucking each other over, or fucking each other up, or like they picking up on what you doing. They watching you. And that's why a lot of this stuff, I'm not mad. I want y'all to have fun, but at the same time, I can't be a part of all that stuff, because some of that stuff, y'all be fucking dancing. No, if you don't get it, they be fucking you while you dancing. They on the other side. It's like you just sitting there and they fucking you. But you don't get it. It's like how at one point they was talking about studying of time travel. They been did that. They did that before I was born. I'm a 90s baby. They saying some of y'all don't even remember how many times y'all done came back. They playing with it. They talking about how they can rip the cars open. And the car, like this car right now that I'm sitting in, they talking about it's wide open. You don't feel the fact that it's open, but it's closed. I do. I feel the fact that it's open and it's closed at the same time. And they said I would. And then I remember before I got here, even when I was a little girl, I could feel the fact that I felt this car, the fact that it was open but closed at the same time. Then not only that, like, so again, I done had clothes ripped up off my body, literally ripped off my body before. Not only that, like, think about that. You just sitting there, and same way you sitting amongst your friends and y'all just talking, y'all chilling, and there's this pervy dude, but you don't know he pervy. He just sitting there looking at you, but he's super fucking you. But he just looking at you, and he ain't even touch you, but he's so quick. He got all the clothes up off your body, and he's super fucking you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not cool with mixing all this stuff together, but it's a lot of them that they got control over all that stuff. That's what they talking about, prostituting people. And it's just like, I'm so scared of that, because they talking about people don't even know how many children they have, for real. They talking about stealing the children up out of people's bodies. I'm talking about stealing my children up out of my body. Our children. Being eaten and then being regurgitated, and not knowing that you've already been eaten and regurgitated, and then now make you feel it when I'm ready for you to feel it. Like, just a whole bunch of different stuff, bro. Like, a lot of people don't get, like, my body, my mind, my everything be going through so many things. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot, but I look like on the surface, you don't know what I got going on. Don't assume. That's why they said they opened Atlanta up, but Atlanta, Mecca, you don't know what Mecca means. First time I heard the word Mecca was Mother Mecca. Then somebody wrote a verse recently. They said, Mother Mecca, pray to God, protect her. I done seen all these different faces come through the veil. I done seen different faces just in general just come through. I felt so many different heavy weights, and it's just like, which way are y'all trying to go in existence? Y'all need to sit down, have respect for yourself, have respect for your loved ones enough to sit down. If you're not gonna do anything else, have enough respect for them to sit down and fix this. And yes, you have to have enough respect that, again, yeah, we get the fact that people gonna be young and get older, but y'all gotta keep that respect going. It's an everyday task. There's enough good-natured things. You talking about water, food, clothing, houses, cars. Well, I get to not moving around too much for some individuals because it's how we stay safe. But to say that there's enough, even when you just talk about going out and having fun, there is enough for everyone. There's always been enough for everyone to have something for free. And these things too keep replenishing themselves, especially if everyone, think about it, how much stuff we already have, with the fact that no one is putting in as much as it seems when you talk about all these things being created. Now amplify it and make everyone be in work of putting things in to create this stuff. When you talking about creating food, planting seeds, creating buildings, creating computers, electronics, or, you know, all this different little stuff that we use on a day-to-day basis. There's enough to give to other worlds, other planets, other realms, other galaxies. But again, what are you trying to give to existence? Some places, some people, some mentalities, some thought processing does not need to be the thing that grows. It does not need to be it don't need to be the thing that grows. It doesn't need to be the thing that we keep repeating. It doesn't need to be the thing that we bring back. It doesn't need to be the thing that we amplify. And so again, y'all need to take note of that. Y'all need to take note of that. And it was said way before today. Then it was re-echoed. Then it was said every day since. It was said before I was born. And so, like, and again, I'm saying it again today, but they said it was people that was in between. But they said I would get a chance to say it too. So, as much as I'm not saying it as much as I should be, off of respect, apologies are not good enough. Even the thought or saying is not good enough is not good enough. It just needs to be fixed. And so, yeah, that's where I am with everything. Creative. I like art. I like dance. I like going out and having fun, but I don't like doing these things where my family, my friends, or existence is being harmed. I don't. I don't like doing these things. Something right here. If you don't see it, if you don't feel it, that's the problem.